in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Rebound by Johnson. Here's Stanley. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Back to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Over Wembanyama. The shot by Carroll, no good. Here's the prodigy, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Pass to Coward. Now Eason. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Stanley. A 3-ball. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Driving to the basket. Carroll with the rebound. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Coward. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Johnson gets the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Castle. 11 points last game. Harper wide open. And the ball is good. It's a tie ball game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Coward. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And so it's Atlanta with it. After the three-pointer from the prodigy, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the lean, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
San Antonio making a switch here. Howard's checked in. Tyson Daniels checked in for the Hawks. Wembanyama down low. Carroll covering. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. A minute 50 left here in the first quarter. Carroll against Wembanyama. Johnson outside. For the Hawks, Mills is checked in, and Jeremy Sohan subbed in for Jalen Johnson. Here's Sohan. Scoreless thus far. To the paint. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to just one on the bucket from Mills.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And how about the emergence, Stan, of Dyson Daniels as an elite wing defender?
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think what happened with Dyson Daniels is he just got a chance to step into more playing time. And as he got that consistent time, he showed that he's not only one of the best defenders in this league, but he's got more offensive skill than people thought he had also.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Jeremy Sohan, and it's Coward in at the small forward position. Outside Daniel. Over to the left wing. Mills with him. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Clock at 4. Daniels, no good. Spurs leading by 6. And it won't fall on the short-range shot from the Prodigy. Here's Stanley. Pass to Daniel. Off target from three-point range.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Look at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks. It was a win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
The Spurs making a switch here. Wembanyama's checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Johnson's checked in. Pass to the Prodigy. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Hawks. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
And this is a rematch from the NBA Finals a season ago. They came up a little short, looking for some redemption tonight.
Here's Stanley. Atlanta again missing. To the inside. Here's Wembanyama. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Stanley, the pass to Johnson. Here's Coward. Pass to Stanley. Nailed from three-point land. Stanley's got 6.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Look now for San Antonio. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and it's Harper in for Castle. San Antonio leading by 5. Here's the Prodigy with the drive. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And stolen by Wembanyama. There's the Prodigy. Whoa!
What instincts there from Wembanyama to keep the ball moving. and set up a teammate.
There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Alexander Walker on the way. Pass to Stanley. And it's Carroll in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and the call will go against the Prodigy. That is his first foul of the game. Obi Toppin's checked in for San Antonio, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is...
The previous play is under review.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half. Here's Stanley. 6 points for him. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. The shot, no good. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Derek measuring up the shot. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. It's been a bit of a challenge so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
There's a lot of love for the NBA Cup. The league, the fans, it's created interest.
And nobody's taking it lightly. You look at the intensity leading up to this title game, it's been fierce. And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
You can feel the excitement. It's Las Vegas through and through. And coming up here on 2K Sports, the second half of the NBA Cup Championship. It's one you will not want to miss. It's been quite a game for the Prodigy.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Here's Castle. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And while this game isn't quite in the bag, Greg, it's heading in that direction.
With the lead they have, if they can close out this third quarter strong, they might be able to put this thing out of reach. So this is going to be a huge stretch coming up.
Prodigy is out there with Obi Toppin. And there's Harper. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Castle in at the 2-guard. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Spurs leading by 9. Here's the Prodigy. Shoots to Harper. There's the 3. And it's Toppin. That time on the assist by Harper.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Keeson gets a wide open look. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. San Antonio's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Castle misses. The Hawks trail by 10. Eason with it. He's picked up by Harper. Eason passes to Stanley. Here's Coward. That 3 off the mark.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
A Prodigy shot is good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Johnson, wide open. He fires. A three-pointer, no good. And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play. And I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
Pass to Eason. Inside. Lays it up off the glass. Eason's got 5 now.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball. In tight and finish.
Harper the pass to the product. Shoots from the baseline. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Here's Coward. Castle covering. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Hawks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Take a break. 2 seconds.
He misses the free throw. So, coach, in the last 26 years, only 3 Eastern Conference teams have been NBA Finals favorites. Anything need to change there?
You know, I really don't think so, Kevin. I'm not sure it matters to people. I mean, the NBA Finals, you're going to have one team from the East, one team from the West, and people are going to watch because you're down to the last series for a championship. I think it's a conversational point to talk about one conference dominating, but I don't think in a given year fans really care.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Castle sets the screen for Toppin. Connects from three-point range. Toppin's got 6.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Eason with it. Castle covering.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Harper with a screen on Johnson. Toppin can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 13. Down low. Sweet move. And it's Coward missing.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Eason. Following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Fades. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. He's got 8.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Powell. Fades away. That shot is off. And so it's San Antonio sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
Only 1 quarter left in this year's NBA Cup tournament. 4th quarter getting going here. On the court right now for the Hawks. Sohan is out there with Johnson. Then it's Daniels. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Stanley in at the point. Here's the prodigy. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Here's Stanley. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Hodges has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And they...
Oh my God.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Johnson sets the screen for Daniel. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio leading by 14. Spurs passing it around. Pass to the prodigy. Lets it go from deep. That one, no good.
Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
From deep, Johnson, the rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A rebound by Alexander Walker. Daniels against Wembanyama. From deep, Johnson. Wembanyama rips down the rebound. Spurs leading by 14. Can't get it.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Good work there as it goes down.
Such a unique player. Jeremy Sohan can score anywhere on the floor. He does great things for his team.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. He knows every possession is critical now. Some changes. Carroll's checked in, and Tari Eason subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. San Antonio leading by 12. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Toppin. Just 4 to shoot. Puts up the 3, and there's the 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Book it. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Stanley, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
That'll be a 5-second call. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Well, the players are, of course, incentivized with prize money for this NBA Cup. But you can tell that that trophy means a lot to them as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it may not be the championship, but it's still a championship. And these players are the ultimate competitors. They want to hoist that trophy and earn the bragging rights that come along with it.
And he makes the first. Carroll hits them both. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. It misses.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
For 3. And it misses. Spurs leading by 12. Going inside.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Second personal foul. 15.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. The Hawks trail by 13. Johnson outside. Takes the 3. Castle pulls it down. San Antonio's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. No good from 3. Carroll against Castle. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Well, certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Here's the prodigy. 5 on the clock. The long shot, no good. And they've done it. What a moment for this team to lift that NBA Cup over their heads. Pure glory.
It was a memorable journey to get to this point, a battle every step of the way. And you have to think this is a huge confidence boost for them moving forward. It proves they're ahead of the curve in terms of getting into postseason shape.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. So long and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline. And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. You look at Chicago. They're playing really well, moving up now to the top spot in our rankings.
Well, I think for the Spurs, they won the bulk of their last 4 games, only losing in one of those contests. They're playing some of their best basketball and working hard to kind of limit their mistakes.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. We've got Cunningham. He's out there with Carlton Carrington. And it's Blake in at the center. And for the Spurs, they've got Victor Wembanyama. Prodigy is out there with Obi Toppin. Then it's Stephon Castle. And it's Harper in at the 1. One thing to watch tonight, RJ, both these teams are great pass from the ball. They really rack up the assists.
These are the type of teams you want to play for, because you know what? If you pass it, the ball will find you again.
And these home games have been very important to MP this season. He wants his squad to be seen as one of the toughest and most reliable home teams in the NBA.
And thanks to MP's effort, they have become one scary home team. No one wants to come into this building and be at their mercy, especially with all the noise these very proud fans are producing. This is becoming a house of intimidation.
Rebounded by the Pistons. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. We play just over a minute here in the first. RJ, we have never seen a player like Victor Wembanyama. In your opinion, what's his potential?
Wemby has so much potential, it's scary. The number one thing that can stop him from being one of the greats of all times, in my opinion, is injury. After that, there is nothing that is stopping him from being one of the most dominant physical specimens we've ever seen.
Thompson outside. Here's Carrington. And he's good on the three ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Driving in, Sorber with the rebound. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Back to Cunningham. Shot from 16, and it's Harper with the rebound.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Sorber. And here is Blake. Here is Cunningham. Here's Sorber. Top and covering. Shot clock at 5. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Detroit shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And in terms of team members, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Pollard, he's checked in for the Spurs. They've got Stephon Castle. He's out there with Pollard. Rogers is out there with the prodigy. And it's Conan Niederhauser in at the 4-man position. That's the San Antonio Fox. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, the prodigy in their last time out against the Nuggets was outstanding. He picked up 49 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Thanks as always, Allie, for that great report. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this night.
Here's the prodigy. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Freeman Liberty following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's Cole. Coming in off a 12-point game, his last outing. Pass to Freeman Liberty. 4 on the clock. Here's Ewing. Detroit, no good that time either.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
A prodigy shot is good.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And it's Ewing in the corner. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Well, Greg, hadn't this been a fun season so far? And it feels like the highlights just become more and more spectacular.
And that's because these guys are so competitive, trying to constantly one-up each other, and the fans are the beneficiaries.
So he picks up just one
on the pedal.
Here's the prodigy following the bucket by the Pistons.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Out to Ewing. Hits it.
Rhythm for the jumper.
Here's the prodigy. Misses the three.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Here's Cunningham. Again, the Pistons score.
And sometimes you forget Cunningham's height, but what he puts it to use down low.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there.
Throws it up high.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. The prodigy. Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime. Now, here's Cunningham. Last game we saw him score 32. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Sorber. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the San Antonio Spurs.
Offense is clicking right now. They're playing high-quality ball, selfless. I'm surprised they're not up by more.
You know, that being said, Shaq, you can't get complacent. Got to keep stepping on that gas pedal.
And how about we move it on over for a preview of who we might be.
We have a front row seat.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been quite a game for the prodigy.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
San Antonio leading by 12. And on the floor for J.J. Redick as we get into the second half. Carlton Carrington is out there with Cunningham. Then it's Asar Thompson. And it's Blake in at the 5. Beyond the arc. And that drops in from beyond the arc. Three-pointer from the prodigy.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
On the wing, Carrington. Castle covering. Cunningham on the wing. Pocket 6. Shoots over Harper. Then Benyama with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Cunningham against Harper. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. From outside, off the mark. Spurs shooting has been outstanding in this. Punish that rim. Pistons trailed by 19. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Back to you, Kevin.
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. Here's Blake. After the made shot from the Prodigy, they need this. And it's Harper with the rebound.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Sorber. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Sorber's got 7.
A much-needed bucket after clanking their first 4 shots.
The rebound by Blake.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
stupendous alley-oop. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Spurs making a switch here. Howard's checked in. Detroit making a switch here. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. Number 1, the Spurs.
When you look at their recent defensive numbers, they've been among the best in the league. I like the energy that they're playing with.
Spurs leading by 17. Pistons trail by 20. Wembanyama's out there with the prodigy. Then there's Pollard. Then there's Rogers. And it's Samuels in a shooting guard. That's the San Antonio 5. There's the drive. Pass to Lynch. Shot clock at 6. It's good. Lynch has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Pistons.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
A prodigy, no good. The Pistons shooting not great, 40% for the game. Lynch passes to Cole. Pistons passing it around. Pass to Sorber. And you think about the importance, RJ, of awareness and basketball IQ. What about players who don't have that, but are immensely talented?
Well, they still have to grow their IQ, and that can take time, because if you make too many mistakes, it will cap your minutes. Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Here's Freeman Liberty. No good with the triple. Here's the prodigy. Lynch defending. It's blocked. Inside. A shot by Lawson. Wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. He takes it. Oh!
Goodness, man. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. San Antonio leading by 14. Castle fires. The 3 doesn't go. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And good that time.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Here's the prodigy. Beyond the arc. He drills the 3.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Got to at least show a little heart out here.
He play brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam.